Today's video is about the three letters, y'all. DEI. A Republican hate to see them coming. Them three words, diversity, equity, and inclusion, a MAGA person hate to see it coming.
I recognize Ms. Brown from Ohio.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I am deeply disappointed by some of what we have heard today from the other side of the aisle and by the very basis of this hearing. Our nation's biggest strength is our diversity and our willingness to embrace it. Instead of applauding diversity, equity, and inclusion in the workforce, my colleagues on the other side of the aisle are threatened by it and would like to get rid of it. They want us to believe DEI programs are racist and sexist, which simply could not be more further from the truth. Supporting diversity, equity, and inclusion across sectors is not only right and just, but it is essential to ensuring talented, intelligent, and qualified individuals have opportunities to succeed. Diversity in the workforce has been shown to increase profits. According to Glassdoor, over 75% of job seekers say diversity is an important factor when considering a job opportunity. Employees who work in diverse and inclusive environments are more likely to stay with their employer. Last month, Congresswoman Haley Stevens and I introduced the Diverse Cybersecurity Workforce Act to promote diversity in the cybersecurity field. Let's break down the makeup of the cybersecurity workforce. 9% are Black, 4% are Hispanic, 1% is Native American, and only 24% are women. There are over hundreds of thousands of unfilled cybersecurity roles in this country ready to be filled, and they should reflect the strategic diversity of this country. Diversifying the cybersecurity workforce is just one example of how diversity, equity, and inclusion makes our country safer, our economy stronger, and our diverse communities more prosperous. DEI programs are needed and necessary. So, Ms. Wiley, if you could share with us why it is important for both the private and public sector to be intentional about incorporating diversity, equity, and inclusion efforts, particularly in recruitment and talent development.
Thank you for that question. And as corporations themselves have pointed out, both being in compliance with the law as they do it, but it has increased their ability to be competitive. The more diverse the workplace, the more competitive the business. There's data and research behind this. In addition, it helps them attract better applicants for their jobs, and they know it. They have been hearing for people they have been trying to hire that they're looking for diverse workplaces, and it has increased the job satisfaction of people on the job. One of the biggest misunderstandings about DE&I programs is what they do. Because a huge part of what they do is give employees ways to get to know each other and find ways of working together effectively. So when we're talking about diversity, equity, and inclusion, we need to remember that it's identifying unfair barriers to opportunity for highly qualified people, whether it's promotion or hiring, as well as to ensure that employees are working well together, enjoying the workplace, and wanting to stay there. That is good for everyone, and it is non-discriminatory. It does advance our civil rights. And the only last point I want to make about this, because we keep talking about this in the wrong ways. The right way to think about this is to think about the fact that while we have made progress and we celebrate it, that we at the same time see research that if your name sounds white and you have the exact same resume as the person whose name sounds Black, exact same resume, these are experiments, these are tests, this is research, you are half as likely to get the job, or 26% less likely to get the job if you are the Black person, or if you have a Black-sounding name or a Latino name. That is not fair, equal opportunity. It is discrimination masking in colorblind ways, and the law and our case law is designed to say you don't get to hide behind the fact that you haven't said it out loud.
Thank you for that. And while it's important to focus on increasing diversity in recruitment efforts, it's also important to focus on diversity, equity, inclusion in employee retention. Can you tell us how Title VII helps with employee retention, Ms. Wiley?
Well, essentially, I use this example with CEO Jamie Dimon from JP Morgan Chase, who is a huge proponent of DE&I programs and has said he's sticking by them like those 21 attorney generals have said. But part of what it helped him do is see when he was losing talent he didn't want to lose, black employees who were passed over for promotion, it helped identify where and how they could create more fair, more practically important opportunities to ensure that that the opportunities were available for advancement for people who are black who are qualified for the promotion. That is just it's retention, and it's retention in compliance with Title VII. It is why we have to ensure that we're not being blind to where and how we're harming full and fair and equal opportunity.
Thank you. My time has expired.
We're definitely at a disadvantage when it comes to that. And I've said this on every video about DEI, y'all. The Republicans talk so much about it needs to be about qualification, it needs to be about merit, as if they don't know that you can be diverse and qualified. You can be both of them. So I just don't understand why they don't understand that concept. It's an easy concept to me. And she also brought up another great example, which is so true. And this is just one example, y'all. There are so many other examples. She brought up the example about there's been studies, research done that shows that you could have a white person and a black person apply to the same position with the same exact resume. If you have a black name versus a white name or sounding name, then you are 50% more likely not to get the job just because your name sounds black. It just shows you that there's a disadvantage no matter what the number is. There's a disadvantage based off just the name. If the name sounds black, we're at a disadvantage not to get the position. And we got the same exact resume. And it doesn't even matter if we got more on that resume. You know, just because your name sounds black, you won't get it. Yeah, she basically said with that about the black sounding name and the white sounding name that is discriminatory. And the laws that we have prevent that. And you don't get to hide behind the fact that you haven't said it. That did something right there. Let me say it one more time for the people in the back. This is discrimination. You cannot hide behind the fact that you have not said it out loud. Discrimination happens. Racism is real, y'all. As black people, we deal with this on a daily. And I know a lot of the Republicans, they'll ask, well, where is all of this going on? Can you show me where this and that? And it's just like we see it on a daily. And don't get me started about the KKK. That's a whole nother video that we're going to get on later. But y'all, just because somebody does not say it does not mean that it's not discrimination, y'all. DEI is needed to counteract a lot of those things that we have to deal with as black people and those unfair barriers that we have to fight. And there's no resume, no merit that we can put on paper to show that we're qualified for the job if the person does not like black people. I will say this in every video about DEI. There is no merit or qualification on a resume that we can show you that's going to counteract the skin we're in if the person does not like black people. I need y'all to understand that there are people still with racist mindsets. There are groups that are still existing and popping up today that just hates us based off the color of our skin, which really is from the start of America. So, y'all, DEI is so needed. Y'all, let me know what y'all think of this clip. Get in the comments. Let me know what y'all think. And we'll catch y'all next time. Peace.